today on The Real.
This Veterans Day, we salute you.
As we fill our seats with those who have served.
We are inspired by your bravery.
Plus, on Girl Chat, the first daughters are dating.
When you have a mom like Michelle Obama, you gonna be all right.
Then, a surprise that will send everyone on a trip.
It's time for vacay, girl.
And it's a homecoming reunion 2 years in the making.
The Real. Chat.
Always.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Back with us today for her last day is the wonderful and talented Ashanti. This week really flew by.
Right?
How has it been for you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so sad this is my last
I
trip.
know.
I've been
There's
having so much fun with you guys. Again, I keep saying just the energy. It means so much. You know, with women, you never know what it's going to be like, and you guys are just so warm and welcoming, so I'm so happy.
Thank you.
We had a great time with you, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, you cool.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
Well, today is also Veterans Day. Our entire audience is made up of members of the United States Armed Forces and their families.
Yes.
We are so honored to have you here, and thank you so much for what you all do. Today, we honor all the brave men and women who have served and are still serving in the United States Armed Forces, both here and abroad. Because of your protection, we are able to enjoy the freedoms of our beautiful country. Thank you. Now, you know, we also have to give a special shout out to all the women in the military. Yes. We are so proud of you ladies, and we are inspired by your bravery every single day. I know for me, I never had to question if a woman could be strong, brave, or courageous because my mother, Miss Darlene Morey, served for 13 and a half years in the Army. She actually had a lot of leadership roles. She was a drill sergeant. For a little bit, yes. She was a leadership instructor, and she also, you guys, she was the staff sergeant of her own platoon. So she told 35 to 40 men what to do.
Well, that'll do it.
And it always wasn't easy for her in the beginning. She said in the beginning, because she replaced a man.
Oh, wow.
And the men, when they saw that, you know, a woman was telling them what to do, they would show up late. On purpose. So in the beginning, they tested her, but by the end, they started to protect her. Wow. And that just shows you the character that my mom had. So thank you, Mama, for being such an amazing example for me and your children.
That is awesome.
This year marks 40 years since women were first accepted into elite service academies like the U.S. Naval Academy.
Wow.
40 years, everyone. That's not that long ago. My dad served in the Navy. That's how he made it to the United States, because he served and helped us fight in the war. And he told me that it kind of it made him question at the time why women weren't allowed in the military when he was serving, because his mom, who raised 10 children, ran the household. His father got Alzheimer's at a young age, so she was running the household, working, making the deals, coming in and out of the house so that the kids could get their, school together and get their needs together. And he was like, that mixture of emotion and strength that a woman encompasses is something that was necessary in the military.
Right.
So to see that it's there today makes us feel so much better represented.
That's right.
It's necessary.
You know this because you've come over to my house and you've seen how proud my Papa Joe is of his service. He was a Marine, and he fought in the Vietnam War, and he was there for 2 years in Vietnam. And my Papa Joe is so proud, and he has such a heart for Vietnam till this day. You guys have talked about it, and I just love him. He has a Purple Heart, you guys, and he's just an incredible strong man. And I don't think we realize the strength it takes to actually go to war.
Oh,
and
my
how
goodness.
courageous it is. The time you spend away from your family. And to be quite honest, the things you see over there, you come back, you know, different.
Well,
Definitely
you know,
changed.
this is the first time this year that all combat positions have been open to any female who qualifies.
That's amazing.
2016.
That is
That's
amazing.
And you know, women, we can do anything.
Yes,
okay?
we can.
And we multitask
Yes,
too.
we can.
So I don't know what took them so
everywhere.
long. Exactly. You know, I don't know what took them so long. I have a cousin who just retired from the military. Her and her husband. Her husband is still in the military, but Trina, she actually retired. And I'm gonna tell you something about military people. They're some good folks.
Yes, they
Y'all
are.
some good
Yes,
people.
they are.
Y'all disciplined. Y'all pay y'all taxes.
Selfless.
It's like y'all selfless.
Selfless.
You know, it's just that's why whenever, like, when I was doing like military shows, that's the only time I would like hook up with a dude. Like,
Wait, what?
no, because a military man is responsible. You see what I'm saying?
They also look cute in that uniform too, Lonnie.
I had a lot of military men in my family as well. My grandfather, who's actually one of my best friends, my grandfather was in the Air Force. He fought in the Korean War. Wow. My uncle was in Navy. I have 2 cousins, so our family definitely, you know, fought for the country. So I think it's really good, you know, that we kind of share that and lift them up.
You know what I love? Whenever I'm out and about, especially at airports, especially in Colorado, because I fly in there a lot because Freddie lives there half the time, and I run into suited military uniformed individuals, I always walk up to them and I just say, thank you.
Yes.
And the response back always is this humble, gracious, you're welcome. And it just brings me this weird connection with immediately our country because they're on the front line. They're out there in the forefront serving for us. And so I thank you guys, and I can't wait to see more of you guys in person.
Fighting for our freedom on a daily basis.
Every day.
Okay, well, it goes without saying that one of the hardest parts of having a family member deployed is dealing with them being far away. Tam, you had to move so much too with your family. Luckily, whether it's you or a loved one who's serving far from home, there are a lot of ways to make sure that you stay in close contact during the time away. How would you ladies feel if you had to spend so much time apart from someone you loved?
I mean, I can remember growing up and my mom and dad, they would have to take turns being deployed. So basically that means leaving your state, and my mom describes it as a way to play war. So they would have practice, you know, wartime. And she would go away for like 30 days at one point. We didn't have social media. So I can remember we would send her...
Or emails. Did you have emails at the time?
No,
Right?
no. I was 11 at this time. So she would just call us a lot, or we would call her, and care packages.
Yes.
You guys know what those are?
Yes.
We would just...
What would you put in your care package for Mama Darlene?
Just food and then pictures,
Oh,
mostly, you know. But so it's really cool that nowadays you have FaceTime,
Yes.
you have Twitter,
Skype,
Tango,
Skype.
WhatsApp, everything.
But you know what? I think because a lot of places, like when you go overseas, they don't have all of that.
Yeah.
They don't have the technology. So the good old-fashioned way is a letter, okay?
That is true. We
You
used to
know,
write letters, too.
It's still, people want to hear from
A
their loved
handwritten
ones.
letter. Yeah, when my cousin actually was in Iraq serving. Hey, Claudette. I have a cousin named Claudette, too, and not just my sister. But I would write her letters, and she, when she came back home, she said that got her through so much. You know, just receiving letters from the family, knowing that we were thinking about her, praying for her, sending her funny, like, things that happened to us, because sometimes they feel out of the loop. Like, you know, I don't know what's going on back home, so I would write her, like, funny things that are going on, who I was dating, what was going on, and keeping them up to date. They just want to feel...
like they still part of your
they have
life.
messages.
And when you send those letters, be sure to have the correct address before you send any physical mail.
Yes.
You know, and try not to worry if you don't get a quick response, because they are overseas. They're
Yeah,
kind of
they're working,
you
yeah.
know? And find out about the mailing restrictions before you send something to them.
Oh, wow.
So use the internet for more than just email. You can post pictures to a blog. You can use the Skype if they have that, you know, so that you can see them face to face.
Yes.
It's ways to
I thank God
keep
for that.
contact.
And I thank God for technology in that way because years ago, you guys, we couldn't, remember we would imagine what it would be like to be able to see someone's face and talk to them.
Yeah, on a cell phone.
And yeah, I would dream about that. And now we actually are living in a day and age where that's real life. And that's
Yes.
so awesome, especially for families and parents to see their children and
Yes.
first steps and,
Yeah.
oh my God,
My
there's
younger
so
cousins
much.
serve now. Do you guys use WhatsApp at all?
I do all the time.
WhatsApp is
It's the best.
amazing
And
for
it's free.
overseas. Free, you guys. You can send as many pictures and as many videos and FaceTime
Absolutely.
as much as you want, free over Wi-Fi. So that's my favorite way to.
Oh, that's good.
I use it all the time whenever I travel overseas.
Gina uses WhatsApp in the United States.
Yes, because it's so quick with video and it sends so well.
Absolutely.
And
Now, don't forget birthdays or anniversaries, and be sure to put things in the mail with enough time to get them there by that date.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
although don't worry if it's late. Sometimes people don't mind, even if it's a little late. That birthday card means a lot.
Yeah, it
Still
does.
send it through.
Yeah.
It means a lot, man. Communication is everything.
Well, from staying in touch to being a little out of touch, to all the veterans out there, even though our intentions are in the right place, I know some of us civilians get on y'all nerves. We end up saying the wrong things to you sometimes. So to help all of our civilian friends who are watching, we're going to give you the top things not to say to a veteran.
Yes, great.
Have a little respect.
Yes.
Put some respect on the
All
name.
right, here we
okay?
go. We about
Go
to get
for it.
real up in here.
Focus. Get your pen and paper.
Up, okay? You said it first, Jeannie, but this is something else you got to add that you don't say, okay? First up, thank you for your service, but I don't know why we should have been there in the first place. Don't say that.
Please
Feel
don't
free.
say that.
You
That's
got
so
it.
rude.
Has that happened to you? Has somebody said that to you?
Anybody?
No
Yeah.
way.
She's shaking
Yes?
her head, yes.
In the blue, this young, right in front of you, Sonia. No, wait.
How do
tell
you
us what
respond
happened.
to
What
that?
happened?
You just try to keep your head down and say thank you anyway, and just keep moving on. Don't let it get to
See,
you.
he was polite. I told you, he was
But you
polite.
guys, realistically, that is such a backhanded comment.
Right.
It's like, thank you so much for going there, even though I didn't agree what you were doing. Like, what
Don't
is the
nobody
point
need
of
to hear
that?
your political views right now.
Exactly.
Somebody put
Right.
their life on the line for you. Just say thank you. That's all you got to do.
Leave it alone.
First thing.
Cut it off.
Second, all right, on our things never to say, we have, how did your husband or boyfriend feel about you being around all those men?
Oh, good.
Has anybody ever gotten that?
Oh my gosh. As
Like-
if they don't have enough stress to worry about, why would you pry into someone's personal? You never know what someone's going through at
Let it
home.
know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So why open that can of worms
Yeah.
when they're putting their lives on the line for it?
Yes.
I don't
Exactly.
understand that.
Yeah, and what if that really is
Exactly.
an issue? Now you just brought up something that they may not want to even think about.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's hard
So
enough being away, so you know it's like you don't want anybody thinking anything that somebody
Yeah.
might have been fooling
Right.
around or
Yeah.
something like that. Just
Anything.
don't
Don't
ask
plant
questions
foul
like
seeds,
that.
people.
Exactly.
Yes, and also, they have to know that freedom is not free.
Let 'em
These people
know.
are
Right.
fighting for us. So respect.
Absolutely.
Respect soldier.
Freedom is not
It's
free.
not. And finally, you're a mother, wife. How could you leave your family while you were deployed?
Oh.
Have you guys done
annoying.
that? Ladies?
Oh.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Really? How did that, what happened?
So my husband is active duty Marine Corps as well. He's just not in his uniform. But we were deployed to Iraq in 2007, and we were
Okay.
deployed together. We went at the same time. But our oldest daughter, she was home, and we've gotten that. You know, a lot of people. Oh, how did you guys get deployed together? We just worked it out, like you said, where we didn't want to miss a whole entire year.
Right.
So we just went 6 months together at the same time to knock it out. But it was something that we talked with our daughter. She was very young at the time, so we kind of spoiled her with just materialistic things.
That's right.
That's honest. No child is going to deny that.
I mean, but just to ask that, you
Yeah,
know,
who
just to
says
say that,
that?
how could you leave Europe? Because they're doing something for the country.
Right.
You want to
Yeah.
encourage people. We don't want to make them feel bad.
And they could be saving their own family. You know what I mean? You never know. That could be something helping the family to come together and, survive.
They could be saving their own kid from possibly not having freedom.
Exactly.
Like, they actually are doing this not just for your children, but their children as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They have to realize that the parents are already going through so many emotions leaving their children. So the last thing they need to hear is that.
That is their personal business. Do not say or anything. Just say, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
That works.
Don't be
They
ratchet.
genuinely mean it, too.
But at the same time, Lonnie, that is so true because a lot of young people only believe what they see on TV and in movies, so they don't really understand the full service that's happening behind serving, right? So friends like my friend Karen Sokol, she has a blog where she talks about her entire experience serving and what the relationships are like and what her duties are and what people are doing to put themselves out on the line. So sometimes reading those blogs, you guys getting connected, sit down and take a veteran out to lunch and just understand a little bit more first-handedly so you're not just believing what you watch on screen.
Right, exactly.
You're not watching blockbuster movies about war.
Yeah, because this show ain't the movies, I'll tell you that. Y'all can attest to that. War is not what you see in the movies where everybody still look cute. That's not it, all right?
Now, while almost every dad who has a daughter struggles with the thought of his little girl dating someday, it turns out that there's one dad out there who's not sweating it at all. And that man is President Obama.
Oh.
The president says that his teenage daughter, Sasha and Malia, have begun ditching dinners with the family to go on dates with boys.
Wow.
Now, I think it's actually pretty cool how relaxed he is about it. I think it actually shows his confidence in how he's raised his children.
Right.
The standards that he's, instilled in them, the integrity.
He trusts them.
I like that.
And they're normal girls.
Yes.
Like what are they, 15 and 18?
They should be dating.
Yeah.
But you guys,
they want a normal life.
don't they have Secret Service with them all the time?
Exactly.
This is true.
Come on.
I don't think I would worry that
ditching the
much
dinners.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They're watching every move. Do you not think they don't report that back to the Obamas?
Yeah,
For sure.
Of course. And think about your first date. It's little things, but when the guy thinks that he might be able to hold your hand or he puts his hand over your shoulder, I'm kind of two-faced because on one side, if I was Sasha or Malia, I'd be like, Dad, really? You have to have somebody follow me?
Right.
Ugh. And I wouldn't even be able to share popcorn and I'd be so awkward about it because homie's standing right here.
Yeah.
But then if I was President Obama, I'd be like, you stay right behind her neck and you make sure she feels right.
It's the gift and the curse.
Yes.
But, I wouldn't be afraid of Barack. I would be afraid of Michelle. Because Michelle
That
looks
is
like
very
she don't
true.
play. I mean, she make you do jumping jacks and eat fruit and stuff. It's like, Michelle don't play.
She doesn't. And she personally told me, you know what, Tamera, you better run a tight ship because I do.
Oh, really? See, I told you.
I think it's awesome that, one of the other reasons why Obama feels like they're going to be all right is because he thinks Michelle is a great example of how to carry yourself as a woman. And that, she has taught her girls to not let anyone judge you by anything other than your character and your intelligence.
Yes.
When you have a mom like Michelle Obama, you're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
And you gonna do some jumping jacks, too.
While you're at
it. Yeah, So I'm just like, but let me see, when was my first date?
How old were you?
Oh, God, we going in the archives.
Were you guys able to hide things from your parents?
You mean able to or had to? Had to.
No, I didn't have to. But then I called the guy that was my boyfriend. I called him my boyfriend in front of my mom, and my mom would always correct me that's your friend.
Your friend boy. Yes.
Your friend
That's
boy.
your friend boy.
I'm like, that's my boyfriend. No, that's a friend, and he's a boy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
The boy that I liked would call my house. It was so cute because I'd get so excited. I'd be like, hello. And he'd be like, hi, what are you doing? Nothing. What are you doing? And then he would talk to me, but he was shy and he was going through that awkward stage so his voice would squeak.
Oh, God.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, while I'm talking to him, I would hear Mama Maya on the phone, speak louder. I don't hear you. I'm like, Mom, get off the phone. Get off.
My mom was so similar. She would usually drop me off to my boyfriend's house. She would actually come inside.
No.
She'd like, I'm telling you, it was so embarrassing. She would come inside. Hi, I'm Tina. How are you? This is your son? Hi, this is your dad. Nice. And my mom would sit there in the living room, and I would be like, oh my gosh, Ma, please don't do that. So she was always up in there.
That's crazy.
When were you guys allowed to date?
Well, I started
Again, you use this word
like,
allowed.
and sneaking. I
Yeah.
started
Right.
sneaking.
Well, no,
I would say about 13, 14.
You're so
somewhere around.
lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell her because she's over there.
Oh,
She looking over there like,
wait. She like, when was you
It
thinking?
was a little early.
You guys, my Asian parents just want you to date your homework. Are you crazy? Like, I was not dating. Up until even I was 18, Mom and I was still on my phone. Hello, I hear you.
girl, I had a boyfriend in kindergarten.
Now, a new study suggests that early success in math determines how good your kids will be at it later in life. But more importantly, the study also showed that teachers believe girls' math skills to be significantly weaker than boys. The lasting impact of teachers' belief is part of the reason why some girls perform worse later on in life. Now, are girls being set up to be less successful than boys from the start?
I feel like what you say to children is what they believe they are.
Yes.
I believe in the power of the word with children. If you see that a child is having bad behavior, instead of telling them all the time, oh my God, you're such a bad kid, you're such a bad kid, that's actually the worst thing you can do for a child. My mom actually was a teacher while I was growing up, and her thing was you always find the one positive thing, the one good thing they do, and that's what you tell them. You say, oh my God, you're so kind, you're very good at sharing, you find the good in them, and that's how you build a child up. If you're already thinking that a kid is not going to be great at math because they're a girl, what do you think they're going to think of themselves?
Right.
That is true.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you're instilling negative, thinking.
Well, I remember when I went to college, I didn't know anything about college. And I think I've said this before. I had a counselor.
Yeah.
And I told him I wanted to do engineering. And he said, oh, it's a lot of math, it's a lot of science. And he just immediately, questioned that. Whereas he didn't question any of the young men. And if I hadn't had instilled in me by my mother that I could do whatever I wanted to do,
yeah.
I probably would have took his advice, and he was a counselor, and said, oh, no, I better take something else. But I told him, no, I'm taking science. Give me what give it to me.
Yeah.
So I think we got to train our teachers to start looking at women, especially the young girls. But, we always want our young girls to be so delicate. They got to be and they are delicate, but they are smart, too, and they can do anything. But we have to instill that in them.
Of course. I don't remember facing a lot of gender stereotypes, but I remember racial stereotypes. And not that anybody was being racist, but legit, like in my math class, the other Asians were getting A's while I was getting a little bit below that. And it was hard because, the other kids that weren't Asian thought, just because I'm outspoken, so I happened to stand out a little bit more than the other kids, they thought I could hook them up with their homework. So they would give me their math homework, thinking that I could nail them, with straight A's. And then I'm such a people server, I'd be like, I got you, okay, I'll help you. I got it, okay.
Oh my
and
God.
I would try to do that, pass it back, D's across the board. But you know what? I don't blame that on myself. You gotta do you, boo. I was teaching you a lesson.
I will admit, in my school, I did befriend the Asian kids.
Girl, I was just gonna say that.
No way.
I was definitely
one of those friends.
I was like, I had this one Asian girl. Her name was Raina. She was brilliant. I used to be like, hi, Raina. Do you think you can help me with these 22 questions?
Oh my gosh.
She was a genius.
22.
22.
And
you did too?
Yeah, his name was Jimmy Chung. Thank you so much, Jimmy Chung, for helping me. And once I started studying with Jimmy, it was all like popcorn.
You know what? Yes. But I'm really glad that God made people like me, because I'm going to show you that not all Asians are the same.
You break the stereotype.
I broke the stereotype. Some will help you with math, and some will help you taper or dress together just the way you want. Attention! Since we're honoring our military men and women and our veterans today, we thought we'd play a game where supporting your fellow soldier by using teamwork pays off. That's right, 2 teams will compete in a relay race that will make one team $500 richer. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
It's time to play. I've got your back. We've pre-picked 2 teams to enlist with our drill sergeants, Lonnie and Tamera. So let's meet them. Lonnie?
Enlisted in my unit is Shanae and Sean R. Look alive, okay? Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi.
All right.
I'm from Houston, Texas.
All right,
And Drill Sergeant Tam Tam, who signed up with you?
In my battalion is Cassie and Orlando Lloyd. Tell everyone where you're from and a little bit about yourselves.
We're from Detroit, Michigan.
Yes.
I work on Miramar on V-22 Ospreys.
Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, soldiers, here's how to play. Teammates will alternate putting their backpack on, stepping through the tires, knees to chest style, and collecting one of the items from their table.
All right, the first team to fill their backpack with all 3 items and cross their line will win $500.
But here's a couple of quick guidelines. Your backpacks must be on both shoulders each time you move through the tires, and no skipping tires. Are you ready?
All right, let's do this, teams. Take your marks.
All right.
We want a clean race. Drill sergeants, get your whistles up. On your marks, get set, go! Get it, girl! Move, 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 move! You got it, you got it. Go, 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 keep going. That's just get on. Keep going, get your item. There we go, good job, good job. Come on, honey. Don't let go of her. Come on, honey. You see what I'm talking about? Oh! Come on now! There you go, good job! Come on! Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! There you go, you got it! Come on, come on, come on! Come on!
It looks like contestants Shanae and Sean have risen in the ranks. Each have each other's back. So, you know what that means, guys. You're taking home $500! Boom! And
Boom.
don't spend it all on the canteen.
There you go. It's Veterans Day here at The Real, and we love to support the men and women serving our country and hear their stories. One of our fans, Nasia, is currently active duty in the Air Force. She wrote in about how hard things can be for soldiers serving during the holidays. While she loves being in the Air Force, being so far removed from her mother, brother, and sister, it's been a struggle. We wanted to hear more about Nasia's story and what she's going through, so we invited her here to The Real. Nasia, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Glad to be here. Now, Nasia, first of all, we want to thank you for your service. We want to thank you, for being so selfless and going out there and fighting for our freedom. So why did you want to enlist in the first place?
I enlisted in the military because I wanted to go to school and I wanted to be something bigger than myself. I wanted to make a change somewhere in the world somehow. So that's why I enlisted.
Thank you, Nasia. And what is it like serving in the Air Force?
It's definitely rewarding. I get so many amazing benefits. I get to go to school for free. I get amazing health care. So it's definitely worth it for me.
That is so commendable. Yeah, so commendable. So when is the last time you even saw your family?
I saw my mom for the holidays about 2 years ago. So that was the last time I was able to go home and see her.
2 years
ago?
ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, now it's our Veterans Day show, and we have an audience full of military members. They can relate to you and your experience, and we've got a couple of questions from the audience. Who has our first question? Please stand up.
Hello.
Come on
is Malcolm and Sanaya, and these are Naja's brother and sister. Naja, how is it seeing your brother and sister? After so long.
I can't even believe this. This is unreal.
Oh my gosh, she's so happy to see you. She's like, hi. Now, Malcolm and Sanaya, I have a question. What's it been like, not having your big sis at home?
It's like kind of sad knowing that she's out in the military and I don't really get to see her very often. And then I think about her and it just kind of makes me sad. But I know that she's out there doing something for the country. It's a good cause. So I support her in what she does.
I love their family already.
I don't know what to say.
What do you feel? Say what you feel.
I feel sad because I don't get to see you a lot.
But how do you feel seeing her now?
Happy.
All right, we have time for one more question. So, do you think you can handle another one, Naja?
Of course.
Well, we're ready for our last question.
Hey, girl. Has it been, Miss Kim, being away from your daughter for so long?
It's been hard. It's been a rough 2 years. We have been through a lot in the last 2 years. My oldest son passed away, and their father passed away, all within a year of each other. And Naja left right after, so it's been hard. But we've been, just toughing it out and. I'm so proud of her.
Well, Naja, we love you and your family and the bond that you guys have. We want you to have a very happy holiday, so we're giving you a round-trip airfare home for Thanksgiving. How does that sound?